Hey guys, welcome. Now, we've entered Gemini season, and a few days ago, it was World Bee Day. And this is a very big deal because the bees are going extinct, and we've talked about this much here at the channel. We don't want to see this happen. First of all, it's already sad enough to see the amount of life that's going extinct every day. This is why Starseed Twin Flames are here. Because we came here to heal and expand with life. We came here to clear out this, stagnant, toxic energy where much of humanity has been afraid to build the new. Now, we always want to keep in mind, in the extremes, we've upset the balance. So sometimes we go too far, into the new, and sometimes we go too far into the old. While we're still creating, the outside of the patterning, we're still needing to understand the whole. But the whole goal is to create within the center point and restore the balance and to fill in the pattern. And this can really allow us to heal with our perceptions and to accept and to surrender to so many things within this world. And that's why it's really important to heal with judgment, to heal with superiority, to heal with hierarchy, to heal with the levels that we're creating with here, because we need to have faith in the creator, with the forces of creation, that they have a plan, and even they're using the energy of the opposites to create the whole. That's part of what Twin Flames came here to create and understand. And it's being able to use the negative as fuel to get to where we're going, experience the whole spectrum of everything through, and become the center point, flourish with the center point, birth through the center point, but being able to, become this multi-dimensional being while going mad. And remember, our great madness is connected to our great genius, because it goes back to the yin and yang creation. There's so much yin before it flips back into yang, and so much yang before it flips back into yin. This is understanding. You can do this with the negative. There's only so much negative before it flips back and goes back within the positive. There's only so much positive before it flips back and goes within the negative. This is how everything is connected through the center point. Everything is all connected. And the creator, the forces of creation, are working with the center point, and you find the source within the center point. We find this within ourselves, with our Kundalini. We find this within inside of a tree. We find this, within inside of an animal. We find this within inside of life, right? There's forces of creation within, but there's also honoring that there are forces of creation without, and it's the balance of the whole. The whole goal is to balance it all through the center point, and then to use that center point to birth the new, and to be able to go, and to heal from our old customs. What's gone stagnant within the old? We have to birth the new with it, and then we can't attack the new because it's new. Once again, too, there's creating within the center point of the new, and there's creating within the center point of the old. It gets tricky. Anyways, I feel like we've gone on and on here. Now something is being cross-pollinated. We're going to speak about the bee here today, and now something is being cross-pollinated. We're going to share a message from Star Codes Astro Oracle, and in Channel Messages Part 2, we're going to expand off of Channel Messages. Well, we're going to expand off this with Channel Messages. Now, we want to remember that Mercury retrograde, Gemini season, and Mercury starting a new cycle, it's all going to help us amp up what we're doing here. We're healing loneliness and expanding it into solitude, and then expanding it with love and creating with our independence, our independence of our truth of love. And we're going to go into this in part 2 channel messages. Okay, so Gemini, cross pollinate, and this is working with the lovers with its symbol of a pair of twins conversing. Gemini asks us to weave a web of connections and build networks with humor and all forms of communication. This mutable air sign is ruled by Mercury and is connected to the lungs, shoulders, hands, and nerves. So if you're feeling called to laser focus on those parts of your body, I know that some of the biggest work that I've done has been with my lungs, understanding that our lungs help detoxify, 85% of our being and feed our blood. And this is about a blood purification, because remember, this is about working with our Kundalini and the purification of our blood to create sustainability with our chakras. And really, we're amping up laser focusing on solar plexus healing so that we have personal empowerment from within, and we're not creating from without to within, but within to without. We're flipping the script. And when we are creating with art, like any substance, whether it's artificial or natural, out of balance without, we're creating a solar plexus problem. So if you're being called to, do whatever that healing is, you're not feeling like you can't smoke anymore, even if it's marijuana, because we can take plant medicines and we can create it with addiction with them too. This is about healing from addiction, because remember, addiction is connected to the devil energies. It's connected to feeding from our impulses in a lower vibrational way, and it upsets the balance. This is high vibe, but it doesn't mean we're not knowing this space and place. We remember, this is the energy of the opposites coming together to create this whole picture and expand through the center point. We need to know these spaces and places and experience with them, and we're going to use this energy as fuel to build the new. We're not going to attack the new though. So, and even focus on feeling with your hands and shoulders. That's big. This is big for your body. We have chakras here as well also, and our shoulders are connected to our heart and healing with them, and tension, and also too healing with our endocrine system. And when we're in high stress and anxiety, because we're going to talk about in part 2, we're healing from trauma. Our adrenal glands are overworking. There's an upset imbalance, and we can very well be releasing a lot of cortisol, and that causes a lot of problems within our body, many anxiety attacks, as well as too our hair can be falling out. So we're going to really listen to the body right now, because this is about the truth of love, and part of the truth of love is loving this body and not calling it a bag of bones. Understanding that this is our connection to creation right here. That's why this is our temple. We're gonna love the shit right out of this body, guys. The toxicity is right out of it. Okay, we're gonna heal the trauma. And remember, it's the meeting of our soul connection with our body and mind through expansion with spirit. Gemini's purpose is to disperse ideas like milk thistle on the spring winds. And milk thistle is very good at healing with our internal being. I drink milk thistle tea every day. Cross-pollinate ideas like bees buzzing over the flowers. Action. Words are at the heart of the issue you are facing, and not just any words, but real dialogue. So we're going to be healing with how we communicate. We're going to heal something lower vibrational with the creation of the higher vibes, the creation with the higher vibes. And this is helping to expand our perceptions with source. The gifts of the solar eclipse, eclipse season, solar eclipse and lunar eclipse. So, words are at the heart of the issue you're facing, and not just any words, but real dialogue. If you feel tension in the situation, see what is blocking the lines of communication and open that aperture. Listen to the grapevine and cross-pollinate. Gather and share information. Bits of truth may float in on gossip. Explore social media, sound bites, and any other way to get the word out. Remember too, it's about the balance. If you've overexpanded on social media, honor the feminine, take a break. Talk to people as if they are siblings, true equals. If something is bothering you, find a place to unpack it. Get it on the table and take a good look, then talk it over in depth with a friend, therapist, or write it in your journal. We're going to trust the process of self-expression to help to get to the root of the problem. Guys, I've been doing this. I've been called to do this. Even I've been just clearing the air in solitude. So I've been running, because I actively meditate quite often, and just clearing out how I need to create more higher vibrational communication, because a lot of times I get stuck inside my head and I don't speak my truths because I have trauma from conflict and speaking my truths. I've met dominance there, I've met aggression there, so I'm healing from the trauma from being able to openly share my truth in a healthy and productive way, and healing from my past where I've been met with dominance and aggression, and learning how that I don't just have to speak my truth right away within that moment, that I can take that space within, using the stillness with the hangman, using the solitude of the hermit, and to be able to cultivate a healthy way in order to express myself and to clear it with, the divine, with source. And then when I actually, have that higher vibrational truth ready to go, then I can share it when the moment is right, and not forcing that moment, but asking the forces of creation to work with me and say, what can, for the greater good, when the time is right, I'm ready to share this information. And remembering too, it's all experience to create with. We're not going to get I made a mistake. And then even too, clearing out negative self-talk. I've noticed I have very negative self-talk. Okay, I say stuff in my mind you fucking idiot, you stupid, you're so stupid, you messed that up, you made a mistake, you're making mistakes, but realizing that I didn't make mistakes. I'm not stupid. I'm not a fucking idiot. That I'm clearing out the trauma from my past, and that I came here to have experiences in order to create with. And now changing that self-talk, changing that inner dialogue, and saying, you're just having an experience. It may be negative right now, but that's okay. You're learning, you're growing, you're expanding. And what that has allowed me to do is to shift. I'm not continuing to stay stuck in that negative loop. I'm literally expressing with my mind to my body and my soul spirit connection, okay, we're going to shift this way. We're going to shift a new way. And I noticed that when I heal that negative self-talk within myself, I don't want to be frustrated and aggressive and angry with the people around me. So it's helping me to heal with my family, and it's helping me to heal with my connections. Do you see how it all starts from within to without? And maybe we experience that trauma from without to within, but now we're going to heal from within to without. That's the energy of the opposites coming together to heal through the center point with source energy and birth anew. So, however, assume anything you say will be repeated. Gemini scatter seeds is not concerned with privacy or individuality and is not necessarily loyal. Challenge. The situation may be more complex than you think, so be willing to dig in. Gemini energy can be shallow or oversimplified, as it encourages breadth rather than depth. So you have to add the depth consciously. And this is very true of Gemini. Remember, this is a sign where let's get to it. Like Pisces and Gemini are the signs of the dualities coming together to create the whole. This is the sign of relationships. This is the sign of the feminine and masculine, and knowing how to heal from separation to create with the whole. We can be healing from the extremes greatly here. We're healing with the feminine and masculine greatly here. But we're laser focusing on communication and the throat chakra. But the throat chakra right now is connected to the sacral, because we're birthing anew with this high vibrational love we're creating from within to without. The gift. Gemini's gift. Oh, I want to say too, before we move forward, we're adding the depth consciously. That's a key piece of information. We're adding the depth consciously. We're working with source to shift our perceptions consciously. The gift. Gemini's gift is an open mind and a sense of universal siblinghood. And there you can even look at them as siblings. Okay? Our connection to siblings. This is about all of our relationships. We are all in this together. The soul knows how to find itself back in equilibrium. If we just let all parts communicate, help the unexpressed feelings, persons, and elements within the community to be heard. And this is why we're working with the Eight of Cups. We found this out last time we met up, and this is in channel messages. This is why we're laser focusing to expand with the Eight of Cups. All right, guys, come on over here. I want to show you channel messages, and then we're going to expand off that. I love you all, okay? I love you. I'll see you there.